Welcome, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting of committee chairs together Tuesday, March 5th at 6:01 p.m. This meeting is being recorded by committee chairs. If any other persons present are doing the same, you must notify the chairman at this time. The purpose of this meeting is to prepare agendas for subcommittees for council consideration. No discussion or comments will be entertained unless requested upon by committee chairs. And we have Counselor Gilmore remote. Oh, let's do a roll call. So Counselor Bottomley, I'm present. Counselor Gilmore,
Here.
Counselor Bullock,
Here.
Counselor Toronzo,
I'm here.
and Counselor Golub informed me that she cannot make it tonight. So, and also to state that Counselor Gilmore is remote. So going right into President's notes. The first thing is the resolution supporting a permanent ceasefire.
You already read it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
This on the agenda right underneath it, these are kind of tied together. That I think the best way going forward with this is to have a special city council meeting on March 18th at 6 p.m. that will be remote only. Based on what's happened in other communities and what happened in our public comment in the last meeting, I feel like this is the best, most efficient way for the council to debate that issue. So I don't know, I guess any comments from chairs on that?
I mean, yeah, I think it's unfortunate that it will be remote. And are you planning to allow public comment?
Yes, I thought about this. I'm modeling this after Northampton, which after their city council meeting was canceled, they were forced to cancel it or adjourn. It seemed like remote was the best thing, and they allowed an hour public comment. I figure we're about half the size, so I figured 30 minutes public comment would be sufficient for this issue on that night. So I would offer public comment.
And it would be Greenfield residents.
Greenfield residents only,
Okay.
2 minutes a person.
I appreciate the Greenfield resident only piece of it. I wish that it was longer, and I do wish we could do this as a part of our regular business, but I understand your decision.
Like, any other comments?
Yep, I don't, I guess, I think the word unfortunate is absolutely telling. I think we've heard a lot from the community on both avenues of this, whatever, things that I don't even want to entertain as a city councilor, myself. And I think it's a smart idea to limit the amount of time, because by that point, everything probably will have been said, just not everybody might have said it. I heard somebody said that one time. I think it's a very smart thing about for the sake of being effectual and then also efficient at the same time.
Thanks. Anyone else, or is that it? Okay, moving on to the next agenda item, consideration for new parliamentarian. Actually, Councilor Ricketts had asked to have this removed, and I also wanted to update, and I see her online. Will Roberts has agreed to stay on through the rest of the year, all the way through December 2024. So we're very lucky, which is really nice. So we don't actually have to think about that, and we'll be lucky enough to be able to seek his advice for the rest of this year. The next one is amend charter section 210. This would go to A&O. The next one is amend rules of procedure 565-14. This would also go to A&O. The next one is mayor's appointments and reappointments. which also goes to A&O, so they're gonna have a rather busy meeting. Approved transfer 50,000 from workers' compensation expenses is a first reading, and I also want to mention that there will be, they just couldn't get them in time. There's gonna be several more first readings, added on the city council agenda this month. There was one thing that was, a couple things left off here. The MDR was something we we're talking about, which is having its, review in, or sorry, its public hearing in EDC this month and planning board.
Mhm.
And I don't know if we heard anything back on.
Yeah, I did hear back from planning board. There's no reason to believe we wouldn't have a recommendation by the end of the night on the 7th from them. And I would feel the same about EDC on the 12th. So I don't think there's any reason to not put it on the agenda barring something unforeseen.
Yeah, so I think since that's already on EDCs, I think when we get to, we'll put that on full council for vote, if you think that's good.
I think that's what we should do at this point because it's been held for a
Okay.
while.
Let's see. Oh, the other thing was appointments. We still need a counselor to serve on the mayor's domestic violence task force. And we still need a counselor to serve on the library building committee, which people have asked me why that's still active. And it looks like they did not get a certificate of occupancy before opening the library. And there are a lot of things that are not finished. So that committee is going to be around for a while. So we really should have council representation on that.
I'll be on that committee.
Oh, okay.
You don't happen to know when that meets, do you?
I asked and I
can email
I didn't get an answer back yet. Let's see, is that it for I think that's it for my notes. So then let's go down the committee. Economic Development Committee is meeting March 12th. I wonder if we should put these. Should we put that on this month or wait?
Let's see. So we'd have a public hearing for both the MDR and the definition of farm poultry and dwelling 3-family. We haven't,
Maybe let's just hold, I think maybe let's just hold off till April.
yeah, we haven't. Well, if we have a public hearing, we don't necessarily have to make a decision that night. We can
Oh,
just have a
that's right.
discussion.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
So I say let's do them both just to have the public hearing.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah.
then we don't have to make a decision that night on that. I do plan to make a decision on the MDR so we can forward a
Okay.
recommendation though.
And the PIP is, I don't think there's anything new on that. That was, I think last time we just talked about having a placeholder in case there's something.
I would welcome whoever from that process wants to come if they want to come and give a couple minute update. That's welcome.
That I'm sure I'll talk to Glenn Ayers, who, for those that don't know, the PIP, Public Involvement Plan process is being taken over by the Board of Health. So they will be running that from now on. So
Great
which is really good. So I'll talk to Glenn and we'll plan on having that on the agenda. He can give you an update.
So I have a question about the last one
Yes,
before we move on. The public hearing about farm poultry, I thought we had done that at the end of last year.
No, I think what happened was that these two pieces got held. But I wasn't
Oh, was
on
it public
EDC.
comment?
I think what happened with this one was that this was part of also a cluster development.
No, so it was the planning or zoning held a hearing about a specific thing related to farm and poultry and made a decision about that. And then I believe that what happened was then they went and overhauled the text of the specific areas around it. Is that what you're thinking of, Sheila?
Yeah, it was like the end of last year. I just remember a man coming in and telling us a lot more about roosters than I had ever known.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that was gonna leave my memory quickly, but maybe it was just someone speaking during public comment.
Yeah, so there was a bit of the thing that happened with zoning, a specific thing around farm and poultry, and then I believe that's why they went and defined it more clearly and edited these sections, and so now they're potentially being changed to
Okay, okay.
reflect some of the response from the public.
Appointments and ordinances committee. Looks like those are the appointments. Everything on here looks like it's still good, and then we would be adding from president's note, amend the rules, the 565-14, the amend the charter 2-10. And I think that covers all of those that we had added to this. So again, that's going to be a very, very full committee agenda. Community Relations Committee would be canceled this month because that's when we decided to hold the meeting for the ceasefire resolution.
That's still at 6.
Yep, so we'd use the exact same time that CRC had that set aside. Ways and Means doesn't really have anything. They're all first readings. So no meet.
I'd like to just push that into full council then. That seems like
Yeah, I don't think there's anything really.
8 minutes. We don't need to meet.
Going to draft of the city council meeting for March 20th. We still have the open meeting law complaint, which my guess is we'll suspend the rules of procedure again to have the city attorney talk to us right away.
Right.
My hope is that they would have a drafted opinion, just like last time, a response for the city council. Since the complaint was addressed to city council, we still have to. And the reason to have that first is just to save us some money.
Yeah, sure.
Hopefully that'll be a lot shorter than the last one. Motions would be mayor's appointments and the major development review. And then there would be first readings, which are the $50,000 transfer from workers' comp, and whichever other ones get submitted, they were either submitted today or tomorrow. We'll go under first readings. So I believe that's it. Does anyone have anything else on this? It's pretty short.
I just can't believe there's not a Ways and Means meeting. I've been on there for the last 2 years. We've never canceled a meeting.
Right, well, there's nothing, but you'll make up for it in the next.
Trust me, yeah.
So I guess I take a motion to adjourn.
I'd so move that.
Second.
So this meeting's adjourned at 6:14 PM. Next meeting is where is it?
It'll be April.
Shoot, I
April
thought it was
2nd? Looks like April
Yep.
2nd to me.
April 2nd.
Yeah, April
Yep.
2nd.
Thanks, everybody.